Towards the end of 2019, we've seen more than the usual amount of Air Force One collaborations. Whether it be streetwear labels like Clot or global superstars like G-Dragon, Nike has gone far and wide to work with some of the partners that they feel like bring the Air Force One some brand new energy. Now they're taking it back to sneaker boutiques, and this one's by A Ma Maniere. Let's take a closer look at the Air Force One Hand Wash Cold. What's going on, guys? You're watching Sneaker News on YouTube, and today we're taking a closer look at the Nike Air Force One Low Hand Wash Cold by A Ma Maniere. Before we do that, just do us a quick favor. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, and we'll get right to it. So as we mentioned before, there's been quite the unusual amount of Air Force One collaborations, definitely a lot more than what we're used to, and they've all been concentrated towards the end of 2019. There's been Clot, they did the blue silk and then the black silk with fragment design. There's Travis Scott, inspired by his upbringing in Missouri City. There's Peace Minus One, the collaboration with the Korean, K-pop superstar G-Dragon. The Kith Air Force One that Ronnie Fieg leaked out. There's the rumored RSVP gallery pair, and now there's even the Air Force One Low and the High by A Ma Maniere. They're a sneaker boutique with locations in Atlanta, Houston, and Washington, D.C. Before we go into the details though, let's just go over the quick basics. The official release date for these is December 7th, 2019. That's both the Air Force One Low and the High. They will be available at all A Ma Maniere locations, as well as Nike sneakers. And they've also released a very limited store list, which you can check below. And the retail price is $170 for the low and $180 for the high. So before we get into the actual unboxing of the shoe, where we show you all the details and whatnot, we want to talk a little bit about A Ma Maniere, where their locations are, what their brand mission is, and of course the owner, James Whitner. And if you have any sort of ear to the ground of the sneaker retail game, James Whitner is a name you should know. He's the head of the Whitaker Group, and they have about 18 stores to their name. That includes Social Status and their multiple locations, A Ma Maniere, Prosper, APB. But A Ma Maniere is basically like a luxury sneaker retail concept that first started in Atlanta. They opened up a shop in DC and also in Houston. And with each of those locations, not only are they offering, premium product from Nike and all these other great brands, but they're doing special community-based initiatives that also give back to the communities. So for example, for their DC store, they opened up a boutique hotel. Proceeds from the hotel goes towards child homelessness causes. And in Houston, he launched A Ma Maniere Eats, which is a restaurant, and also proceeds go toward a local food bank. So basically, he's using his platform for sneaker retail. Not only they're offering, the products that everybody wants, but he's using that platform and the success that those stores bring to give back to the communities. So James Whitner is one of the names that is pioneering the new retail setup. You just can't have a store and sell product anymore. You need to have a mission, you need to have a goal. And most importantly, you need to give back to the people in the community that basically pays their bills. So big shout out to James Whitner, and of course, special thanks to him for sending us this pair for review. So the concept for this is called Hand Wash Cold, and James Whitner was inspired by those, instruction labels that are typically seen in luxury goods. You can't just throw them in the wash. It says, hand wash cold, for example, because you don't want to, degrade the colors or the actual integrity of the material. So hand wash cold is translated into definitely one of the most premium Air Force Ones we've ever seen ever. A lot of these materials you see here are what you expect on like a bespoke Air Force One. And if you're not sure what a bespoke is, Nike 21 Mercer had a studio. Basically, by reservation only, you can make your ultimate Air Force One with the best materials out there for roughly $1,000. Now this total package rivals some of the ones that we've seen in the past, and let's just go over all the materials that we see. First, in the toe box, in the heel, you'll see this double layered construction. The exterior layer is this really crinkled, tumbled leather, and it's laid over a reflective layer, so there's a bit of that luxury and sport sort of theme to it, but really what you see more of is this tumbled leather. Reminds us of like high-end bags or high-end leather goods. Swoosh again goes for that double layered look. The swoosh has like a hairy suede exterior, and beneath that is a basic suede. Here in the toe box, you just see a nice, really smooth, really nice black suede. And the lace collar has that same suede material, but it's a slightly lighter tint of like a dark gray. Here on the medial side, you see more of the selection of materials. Again, the same crinkled leather, the same reflective panel, the suede. And also if you see at the rear of the swoosh, you see a flap with some numbers, and that's because the Air Force One Low is limited to 5,269 pairs. And the Air Force One High, which we don't have, is limited to 5,914 pairs. So again, Very, very limited. James chose to put that number out there just for pure transparency. Now if you look at the heel, the A Ma Maniere logo is replacing the Nike Air logo, and this is an entirely reflective panel. So again, that mix of luxury and with the sport, because typically reflective 3M or whatever is more of a sporty thing. If you look on the insole, again, that same A Ma Maniere logo is stamped on the insole, and the shoes are lined with this leather. So we're talking luxury in and out. The midsole is also wrapped with this hairy suede sort of finish. You don't really see that too often with Air Force Ones, only with like the really premium luxe versions that have the leather wrapped midsoles. This one's wrapped with like rough suede almost, and the layer seems really, really thin because there's not much of a, I guess, softness to it. And the outsole is your standard Nike Air Force One outsole, solid gray. If you look at the lace Dubray, it has this nice oily iridescent sort of finish to it, and if you can see, the left shoe has a Nike swoosh, and the right one has that same A Ma Maniere logo. And even the tongue, they kept it classic with the Nike Air Force One logo, but it's also done in suede. The logo and the lettering are debossed. So again, we're talking about pure luxury through and through. Definitely one of the best quality Air Force Ones we've seen in a while. So what is also interesting is the shoebox, and if you've been paying attention, Nike's made custom shoeboxes for all the Air Force One collaborations. This one is definitely looks like your standard Nike sportswear box with the black, but on this side you see basically a map of the world, and A Ma Maniere translated in a number of different languages, and A Ma Maniere translates to my way in French. And on the other side, you have hand wash cold with the symbols typically found in those instruction labels. So that's pretty much it. The official release date is December 7th, 170 bucks. Check the links below to see an official store list. Let us know in the comments which was your favorite Air Force One collaboration of the holiday. Was it the Travis Scotts? Was it the Clots? The Peace Minus Ones? The upcoming Kiths? Or was it these? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and we'll catch you in the next video.